Hey guys, I'm back for part 3. We've only got 2 knives left. The only reason I left this one in the box is just to illustrate, another packing difference. This one just came in a standard zippered case, the same one that the 0456 came in. The reason it's not in it is because one night Sam was going out and she wanted to carry a knife with her, and she grabbed this one, not knowing that I intentionally had not kind of unboxed it. So unboxing is new for me. I haven't done anything with it, but it has been carried by her for a night. But this is, another just different, unique packing that Eafengrow has done for a knife. And they seem to take great care for their, metal finished knives that could be scratched up, which is cool. You don't want something like this getting a big ugly scratch on it or anything that's going to ruin that finish, so at least they try. So for the last two, and I didn't arrange it this way, it just so happened, it's kind of funny that we have the EF3 and the EF003, which, I mean, technically makes them both an EF3, right? But so that's the actual model numbers, EF3, EF003. So you want to be careful when you're telling these two apart. Interestingly, this is the first Eafengrow I've had where they have not said it's a D2 steel blade. This is more of a standard Chinese type 9CR18 MOV steel blade. And a really kind of wild design too. So we'll look at this one second. Let's start with the EF3. Call this the EF3, and this is going to be the Balls 3. So the EF3 is another one of their fake access lock knives. This one, it doesn't come in jade, but it does come in orange and black as well. It actually has thumb studs. Yay! How about that? It doesn't have the really nice grind lines that some of the other ones we had looked at, but it's got a really nice satin finish on it, which is cool. Like I said, this one has a little bit of use on it because Sam carried it around. I did not. So it's not brand new out of the package, but it hasn't done a whole lot. A little tight. Could use a little breaking in, but that's good because that means, we know she hasn't done a whole lot with it. So we're dealing with a fairly new blade still. Size-wise, pretty good for EDC, I think. A little small, again, in the big Gorilla Goon hands, but comfortable. Pretty comfortable. Taking a look at the scale there. Interesting little pattern they've got, but I like it because it gives you a little bit wider in the palm of the hand, and then that little shave down area where your fingers are going to grip for the access lock or whatever they call it. So it works out pretty well, and like I said, it's comfortable. No jimping anywhere though, but that choil there does kind of give you a grip, so it's not like it's going anywhere in your hand, but otherwise the G10 is totally smooth. So if it wasn't for that, it would be a little difficult to get any kind of grip on this at all. The blade is, a standard kind of drop point design, but it's got a full flat grind, which is nice for slicing stuff. If you're looking for a knife that's going to do a nice, theoretically, in practice, it should do a nice, good slice, clean cut for us. We'll have to see how it performs. But great blade shape. I love it. Very practical, very utility-like. Clip is, well, yeah, that's a deep carry clip, pretty much for all intents and purposes. It could be a little deeper, but as clips go for most knives, that's going to put this mostly in your pocket, and I like that. I've been noticing that on most Eafengrows, though, there's no moving the clip around. So this is, again, right hand, tip up only. There's no variation on this whatsoever. It is what it is. I don't know if you can make it out, but the steel liners, they are skeletonized to lighten this knife up for you. So that's a nice touch. Again, fit and finish, they take very seriously, and everything is very nicely matched. So you don't have any protruding steel liner. You don't have G10 that is above, overbiting. Everything is just really well finished. The screws are all evenly inset. Pivots are nice. They do a nice touch with the pivots. It's not required, but it's never just a normal little pivot. And what's great about this one is you can do this with a standard flathead screwdriver, which is cool. So action is pretty smooth. Again, I don't know if this is bearings. It looks kind of like, yeah, that's bearings. So it's on bearings. And I'm not a fan of the yellow color. I got it yellow because I have, you know, I don't know, I just thought it would break up the monotony of black and other orange knives I've had. But there it is. So it's a good design. I like it. Based on some of the other things we've seen from Eafengrow, we ought to test this, and of course, you know, no breakage there. So that's cool. If you were to customize this, it's made that you can put a nice custom backspacer in there really easy. Very nicely done. So the EF3 is pretty nice. Let's take a look at the Balls 3. The Balls 3 is a little trippy. So all steel, again, 9CR. It's got another one of those weird clips that's up on barrel spacers. This is another clip that's like super tight too. Look at it. I mean, you can tell just by looking at it. Super tight clip. You're gonna have to break that in to get it in and out of your pocket easily. But frame lock design, and like the other ones we've seen, centering is pretty much perfect right out of the box. It's kind of it's a no frills design, yet it is a frilly design. It's, you know, you just have your barrel spacers that hold it together. Your shoulder pin functions as another spacer. You've got your scale, your frame, and a blade, and that's it. I mean, there's not much to speak of here, which is nice. I like the simplicity of it. You don't really have a thumb hole. You don't really have thumb studs. I like the option of using a flipper or thumb studs. Can we go? No, you can't even really do it. So, all right, based on some of the other Eafengrow flippers we've learned, you have to figure out, is it push button or is it light switch? So what do you think? Let's place your bets. Place your, ready? Okay, I'm gonna go with light switch. Oh, it is, yeah, light switch works. And push button. Oh, push button works pretty good too. So no matter what you bet on, you were right. Action is very nice and smooth on this one. Feels really solid when it locks up. Although the shape feels kind of weird. I feel like they were going more for a stylish look on this one. And it looks like it's got I don't know, it looks like it's more comfortable than it is. For me, you know, I don't know, I've held more comfortable knives. Something about the spacing on here and just these are nicely beveled, but the insides are 90 degrees, and it just sort of, I've held on to more comfortable knives. The way the clip protrudes bites into the hand a little bit. I mean, it's doable. It's not going to ruin your day, but I don't know. Your experience may vary. But it does have a nice, long, wicked-looking blade, you know, that looks like it would be great for whatever slicing and dicing chore you have to carry out. Lockup is, let's see if we can get a good shot there. Well, it's kind of hard to see now, isn't it? Lockup is fairly early, so lots of life in there. Kind of afraid to do this. Throw it out last time, but solid, and the lock holds pretty well. No stickiness at all on the lock. I think that this is, if you're looking for a little bit, you know, number one, my hands are weird. I have weird hands. They're big and they're clunky, and so just because I'm saying it's not that comfortable, and this right here especially, this right over here, this area is biting in to my finger, which is a little sensitive right now because of this, but still, that's biting in, and, you know, it's there's something about it. It's, you guys may or may not know, sometimes there's just an indescribable something that you want to put into words and you can't, and I just can't put it into words right now, but it's the least comfortable of all the Eafengrows that I've tested. I want this to be comfortable, because I want to use it, you know. It's got a good blade shape. I want to be able to carry it and use it. I'm not feeling it right now. Between the way the clip here bites into the palm of my hand and the way this bites into the finger, I just don't see myself using this for any long, protracted task. Now, maybe EDC wise, and this blade's a little bit big. I don't know the exact measurement right now. But you know, EDC blades need to top out in a lot of states at 3 1/4 or 3.5 inches. And again, I got to look it up, and I'll put the text in of exactly how long it is. But if it's longer than that, you know, it might not even be good for EDC in some states. But I feel like for long-term use, this, you know, just doing a lot of work with a knife at one time, this might get really uncomfortable. I think I've babbled about that enough. So this is listed online as the EF003, balls 3, but there on the blade we have it printed as the ST003. So I'm not sure exactly what the model number really is there. I chose the black wash kind of finish. It's also available in a standard stonewash finish, depending on, you know, your particular preferences. Hardware is all the same though, with whichever one you get. But let's go ahead and get the paper. Not bad at all. A little bit of resistance. Not that much though. I mean, nothing that would really cause you difficulty cutting. I was hoping it would be just a little bit more like the 0456 in terms of its just glideability. This looks like a snake to me. We're going to call it the snake. I like calling it balls 3, but I also like calling it the snake. Ah. Well, the snake cuts like nothing. I like the snake. I really do like the snake. See, this is what I was afraid of. This thing cuts amazingly, but if I were to hold it for a long period of time, like I said, it's just got that comfort issue. The blade, though, out of the package, is just razor sharp. It's awesome. Not bad. I had higher hopes, you know, with the full flat grind and everything with this one. But try balls 3. Oh, that is a super clean cut. Let's get it to focus like that. Balls 3 is awesome. Oh, man, it's killing me that it's not a more comfortable knife. Alright guys, so I guess that's it. That's the last 2 we have. Now, there are a lot of other Eafengrows that you can look at, like a whole bunch. I just had these, I picked these ones to look at. A couple of these models were specifically requested by the viewers, but in general it was just, hey, will you look at Eafengrow knives? So yeah, here you go. Some performed great, some not so great, some looked cooler than others, some looked no nonsense, down to business. I mean, they've got a whole wide product range, and some, of course, were complete ripoffs of other knives. How you feel about them, of course, is all your preference. There's a couple anyway, that I really want to carry and get to know a little bit better. There's a couple that, you know, well, there's a couple I'm not so big a fan of. I think you figured out. But anyway, there you go. So, if you have a specific request or an idea, something you think would be good on the channel or something you really want to see, you can send that to me in an email to docp96@gmail.com. But I got other videos I want to make right now, more stuff coming out to hopefully entertain all of you out there. So, until then, I appreciate every single one of you. You are all absolutely awesome, and I'll be back again real soon. What are you doing, silly boy? You're a robot? He's a robot.